those junk. Don't feel bad about it. I was there. I remember when I was pregnant or after my pregnancy, I would work out every day and then I would eat like a whole box of chocolate every day for like, processed food, processed sugar. I used to crave it, but now I don't even care for it anymore because I've built this habit of, I hate the processed sugar taste and I go straight to like the source, the natural source instead of the processed food.
Like fruits, right? Is that
Yeah.
what you want to get into? I love fruit.
Yeah. So then I went into my fridge and I was like, here's the apple, here's a grapefruit. And I suggest like, okay, so how women are when they're on their period and they have the cravings for fruits. So what are some of the ways that we as women can do when we have those cravings or the sweet tooth cravings? What are the alternatives to processed foods, right? So instead of like ice cream, chocolate, cake, donuts, all these things are like high sugar, low calorie,
no nutrients,
right? It all goes to this thing right here. Well, I can't. This thing right here. I hardly have any.
Your bum, hips, and thighs.
Yeah, right. Like it all goes to areas where sometimes we're like, I don't want it there.
Belly,
yeah. It's not about that, right? So like, what would suggest like about different alternatives to eating processed food when we have those sweet tooth cravings, right?
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, if you haven't done it, do a pantry clean out. You need to look through what's in your cupboards, what's in your fridge, what's in your freezer. And I did that last week with a girlfriend of mine, and we found, so we divided our food up into 3 zones.
Okay.
Red zone, yellow zone, and green zone.
Red zone, okay.
So all the chips, cookies, candies, all the junk food, box cereal, that was all in the red zone. We got rid of
so don't even go there.
Yeah. So if it's not in the house, you won't even crave for it. You won't even look for it.
Yeah.
And who's bringing most of the groceries into the house? It's us, right?
Yeah,
it's us women that are going out and buying all these junk foods that aren't good for you.
Yeah.
So when you're out at the grocery store, grab your items that you need. Shop outside the perimeter of the grocery store. Don't go in the aisle. You don't need it. Maybe maybe some olives or something, because I like those.
Yeah, me too. Olives are so good. They're like delicious. Olive oil. Oh my God. Yeah, totally. What is the orange zone then?
So yellow. So yellow zone.
Yellow, yeah.
Depending on the diet you're on, like, we did say like potatoes and pasta and rice, but I'm not a big pasta eater, but I would say potatoes and rice. Yeah, that's like a green zone item for me. I think potatoes are great for you. Lots of vitamins and minerals in it. Yeah. And rice is a staple in our diet. We can't just not go without it, I feel like. But like we do stay away from processed breads. Mm-hmm. Like I'd rather you eat a sweet potato, than a slice of bread or a dinner roll. Like those are highly processed items.
Yeah.
So potatoes are perfectly fine. I feel like they're a very neutral, like a very good veggie to have.
Like a sweet potato, right?
Even a regular potato is fine, I feel like. And then you have your green zone items. So all the good fats. So healthy olive oil, you got your ghee, you got your butter, you got those items. And of course, like spices are fine for you. I mean, any of the baking items, depending on what you like to bake with, like white flour, not so good.
Yeah.
You could try something like whole wheat flour. That's okay sometimes. Quinoa
except for the ones who are celiac, right?
Yeah, it depends on your diet that you're on too, right?
Yeah.
I personally don't bake a lot, but when I make something, it's like with oatmeal or something.
Yeah.
We like making these energy balls in our house.
Yeah.
And they're just like oatmeal. Yeah, there's dried fruit. Yeah, there's natural occurring sugars in our dry fruit, but it gives it a little bit of sweetness. And you could add little pieces of dark chocolate because the kids will go for it if you add something for the kids.
They're baked.
for bait. And you could add some chopped nuts in it, items like that, and mix it all up.
Yeah.
Put them in little balls and freeze them or refrigerate them. And then the kids could just grab and go.
Those are good alternatives, healthier alternatives compared to like the processed food that are high in sugar, right?
Yeah, less sugar. But like, you know, ideally, if you keep the food out of your house, you're not going to want to you can't grab it because it's not in your house.
Yes, right? yes. That is so true. That is awesome. Like if it's like out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, that is so true. Yeah.
So if it's not there in your house, and I know like, you're like, oh, you're going to have guests over. Let me store an extra bag of chips here or some crackers here. When your guests come, you'll go to the store and get it.
Yeah.
Store extra because the first thing you're going to grab are that bag of chips right there.
You end up eating the whole damn bag of chips. And you wonder, why do I need to buy another one for my guests?
Yeah. So like, there's no point in storing extra food. Yeah. Especially like in Toronto, the grocery store's around the corner and I drive. Yeah. It's like 5 minutes away. It's super close.
Don't hoard your food. Don't hoard the junk. That's what she's saying. She's saying, you know, like better that if you keep it out of sight, you keep it out of
sight, out of mind. Yeah.
That is so true. And I find that, you know, I didn't do a pantry clean out like what Blenda did, but the thing is that when I go grocery shopping, I don't even buy those things because I know that if I buy it, not only will I eat it, my kids will eat it and they'll develop the habits. Yeah. Right. Instead of eating those highly processed food, high sugar processed food, they like we've been on this rambutan.
Oh yeah, so good.
And
jackfruit
and all these fruits,
papaya, mango, all that exotic fruit.
Oh my gosh, there's so much sugar. Like cactus pear, fig. Oh, have you tried like fresh fig? Oh my God, to die for. It's like, it's better than chocolate. And you know, the funny thing is that I would think like initially because, well, I was always health conscious. So my kids are health conscious, but like it takes habits, right? And then I thought it would be hard for them. But, you know, my kids are like, yeah, we want the fig, but they don't like it as much. Like, oh, we want the rambutan and we want apples. And this one time we went to the to buy some fruits, 2 bags full of peaches gone in a day, and I was like,
That's do not good. It's so good that they have these habits. And I always compare peaches because a lot of people eat like candy fuzzy peaches.
Yes.
Yeah. Instead of fuzzy peaches, you're having like the natural peach, which is so much better for you. So much more fiber, so much more nutrients.
Yeah. So vitamin C, you know, like that's in there. It's so good. It gone. I didn't even get any. They ate it all. All right. And I'm trying to teach them about finance as well too. So it was like $8 per bag, another $8 per bag. And they're like, yeah, we ate it all. Where's mine?
Yeah. Well, at least they're having like good nutrients in their diet, and you know, it is expensive.
Totally no, I
you know what? Like eating healthy is not as expensive as eating unhealthy.
Yes.
Think about it. Let's say you're gonna have like Tim Hortons drive-through or McDonald's drive-through in the morning for breakfast.
Yeah.
That could be anywhere between $8 to $12.
Yeah.
So that's $8 to $12 and tons of calories, and it's just processed. Whereas if you had like a protein shake or something or a smoothie in the morning, a protein shake, you know, you could get like 50 servings for $50, or I think 20 servings for $50, and that'll take you on like 20 full days. That's a month in the year. A month, 20 days. So a month on the Monday to Friday. That way, you know, you have like a smoothie or a protein shake every morning, and that will prevent you from having to do that drive-through in the morning.
It's a better, healthier option. So like for the people who are busy on the go, there's a lot of working moms out there, right? With, you know, like young children, right? So that's an awesome tip.
Protein shake.
Yeah.
I actually add like protein shake to like the kids' smoothies sometimes. They don't really notice.
They don't know it. right?
They
They're
don't
like,
notice it. I had greens in their smoothies. They don't even notice it.
can you imagine you try taking it out? You're like, Mom, this tastes different. What did you do differently? And they'd be like, they're so
I
used to
want
that.
that stuff in it
Yeah, I
now.
want whatever you did, put in it, put it back, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
they're so used to that taste that they're like, oh no, it's spinach that's in it or
Yeah,
whatever, right?
yeah. You know that greens drink, right? That we have? Oh, it's so good.
You know what? I don't do it, but the green, the one that you gave me, my youngest daughter. So she's, actually made that smoothie and she added onto her smoothie and all the fruits and stuff. And she's like, she actually likes it. She used at
Good.
least half of those. Like, who's been drinking all this,
Good.
protein?
At least someone's using it, right? Someone's
Yeah,
using
so
it.
she's been using it. I mean,
That's
she's
good.
8 years old, but
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. Like, it's healthier ingredients.
It's good for her. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that your kids are adopting into these healthy habits. I'm trying my best. Sometimes it's a little hard with somebody else buying groceries too in the house. Like my husband buys groceries, my father-in-law will buy groceries.
Yeah.
That is a little harder to control what's coming in the house.
Yeah, you can't control what other people do.
No, but I try to control what I purchase and what I bring into the home for sure.
Yeah.
And a lot of time it's not packaged and it's fresh, right? Like fresh from the produce area.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I also have another idea. Like, this is something that I've been using and I find that it's useful for us, right? So at one point we actually like really enjoy bubble tea, right? I mean, like, bubble tea, it tastes good. And when you have a lot of sugar in it, what doesn't taste good, right? Because it triggers the dopamine minergic effect, right? You're like, oh, this is so good. Bam, right? But bubble tea in itself actually has a lot of high sugar. Also, not only that, instead of spending like about $7 on a, bubble tea, we actually have been buying fresh coconut, those coconuts, and then you can drink the coconut juice or water from it. Yeah. So instead of buying those, we're actually buying like these $3, less than $4 actual coconut, and where you can put the straw in and drinking it. And my kids go nuts over it, and they want the coconut to be cut. And so they can have the coconut
inside. Yeah.
Side of it. And oh my goodness, I'm loving it. My kids love it. My husband love it. And it just, it's so
coconut water is so refreshing. It's got a lot of electrolytes, so it's really good for your health.
Yeah, it is.
Talking about like electrolytes, like a lot of us don't drink enough water in general, but having a little bit of coconut water will help for sure.
I totally agree with what Blenda is saying. And not only that, apparently coconut has a lot of detox properties to it, right? So not only does it taste good, the natural sugar makes it taste so good, but also of the detoxing effects to it as well too. And I noticed some people, they actually use coconut oil as, it all depends on the skin type, right? They actually use coconut oil on their body as
on the hair,
body care. Yeah.
On
so
the
some
hair,
of this natural stuff instead of the processed sugary food are there for a reason. It's just so much better for you, right? You feel so good and you feel like, oh, I don't get that high sugar high and then crash,
yeah. Growing up as a kid, we always had coconut chicken broth for some reason. Like my mom made that.
Oh, yeah.
Coconut chicken broth. So we did the chicken broth, but like she added coconut, so it had a hint of coconut in it.
Yes.
But like I like eating the coconut on its own.
Too.
Because it's a really nice snack and it tastes really yummy.
Creamy. Yeah, it's so delicious. Yeah. So these are like good snack tips besides the junk that's out there. I mean, like, by all means, if you do eat those junk, don't feel bad about it. I was there. I remember when I was pregnant or after my pregnancy, I would work out every day and then I would eat like a whole box of chocolate every day for like
but like that
but that is actually very counteractive. It's not good, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that great. Yeah. If you want to see results, you're going to have to put good nutrition habits in place.
Yeah. So that was what I did back then, right? And then I noticed like, I'm working out so hard to counteract these empty calories and my teeth hurt. And then I don't actually feel good about myself. I feel good temporary. But, then afterward, I'm like, oh, this is so making me so sluggish. And, I don't get the constant energy, right? Because of all these calories I have to burn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I find like when I don't eat well, I don't sleep well for some reason. Like that's something that I have trouble with. If I eat poorly, like I'm like, oh, I got the stomach ache. It doesn't make me feel good. And then I don't sleep well at night. And that just ruins the next day. And then like now that I'm older, it like takes me 7 days to like recover from one poor night of sleep.
Yeah.
Like
we're
it's
only
so
25.
weird.
Just want to let you guys know we're only 25 years old, okay?
Yes. One day at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Like it takes me a few days to recover for real.
Yeah.
And it depends on how well I like eat and how well I drink as well. If I drink lots of water, I won't feel the after effect.
Yeah.
And if I eat like lots of fruits and vegetables, like I'll feel like a boost of energy, right? All of a sudden.
Yeah, totally. Hey, I totally agree with Blenda saying, because like, you know what? Blenda knows that I don't drink coffee literally almost like at all. Like I'll drink maybe once, twice, maybe in a
year.
Yeah, like hardly, right? And I mean, my husband, he needed to IV coffee right in his vein, right in his system.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee either. I don't get the need for it.
No, because you know what we do? We exercise, we get our blood flow going, and we actually eat fruits instead of those processed food, right? Sugary food that are, like full of sugar, but not much nutrient. So we are actually like jolting our body with good forms of nutrients, and also like kickstarting our engine with like, hey, let's pump the heart out, let's get the circulation going. So like we got so much energy to have.
Get the brain flowing. Like you're like in the middle of the day, you need like that extra boost of energy. Like because you're so tired. And some people are like 3 o'clock, they need that extra cup of coffee. Yeah. But once you like start moving more, exercising more, eating better, like you get that boost and your head is clear and you don't have that 3 p.m. crash, right? Yeah,
no, it's true, right? It makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One tip I like to give is like, instead of having coffee, try green tea in the morning. Yeah. 2 bags of green tea, extra antioxidants right in that. 2 bags, black green tea.
So what does the antioxidant do? Like
it combats free radicals. Like sometimes with all the stress, all the negative thing, all the bad things we eat, everything in like stress, it combats stress and all that damage that caused in the body. So having extra antioxidants will help fight back and give you that boost of energy you need.
It's kind of like, I think, preserving the oxygen that is being drained by all these other things that
external factors.
Yeah, these external factors, and that's drained all the oxygen off of my body. So we're preserving it, and we're like, okay, let's keep it flowing nicely.
Yeah. So good nutrition is ideal. That's why, eating well till like you're 100. That's what we're trying to aim for. I know Jen.
I'm aiming for 100. What about you?
100.
Okay, so like we're 200 combined.
Yeah.
So we'll be like, damn, we're gonna make a lot of impact and making a lot of young people like stay healthy.
Yeah. Stay young.
Good for you guys.
Yeah. Stay young.
Okay. Yeah. So I hope like these tips are helping you guys, because I don't know, we're being a little silly here, this is actually really our first collaboration ever together, one of the first, and we're only going to get better later on. So please be patient with us. We got a lot of tips that we can help you with.
Yes.
And I hope you're enjoying some of the content that we are producing for you. It's going to be improved.
Yes, it will. Thank you.
Yeah.